Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
I just want to introduce her for a minute. She is an alumni and student of Vijay Lakshmi ma'am from PS Senior Secondary School. That's number one. Okay, way back in 2011.
When I was in middle school.
Yeah. Aja, okay. So, she is an alumni of IIM Bangalore. Marketing has been her profession. And somehow she got interested in cyber security, me doing many things. So, she became a cyber warrior of IIT Madras. And today she spends enough time to learn about cyber security, especially in the area of network security, social media security, and very interestingly, the dark web monitoring. Okay. So it requires a special skill to do dark web. So do not venture on your own without proper precautions. She's one of the, and she teaches now for our certification courses with the IIT Madras as dark web and network security teacher. So she's going to take you through some of the things.
Yeah, thank you, Professor MRC. Okay. I'll start with one quick question. I know we are like kind of pressed for time, so I won't take too much of your time, but you can all like freely use your phones for the next couple of minutes for whatever I'm asking you to do. So I will make a statement, okay? I can tell you, I can guarantee you that there is one lie, one lie that all of us have told at least once in our lifetime. What is that lie? Teachers, students, videographers, organizers, every one of us have said this lie. What is that one lie? படிச்சிட்டேனா அம்மா படிச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன் ஓகே 5 நிமிஷத்துல வந்துடுவேன் ஓகே வாட் எல்ஸ் எவ்வளோ பாட்டி எங்க கொலை பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க இந்த ப்ராசஸ்ல யூ ஃபெயில்ட் யுவர் எக்ஸாமா ஓ யூ பாஸ் ஓ யா தட் மேக்ஸ் மோர் சென்ஸ் Oh, you're so good that the lie is that you failed. Wow, okay. Interesting. Nice. What else? What else? Where enna poi? நான் சொல்றேன் 100% டீச்சர்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும் everybody in this room and everybody in the world as far as I know would have mentioned this poi at least once. What is that poi? My password is strong. Okay, because it's a cyber security session, but you're getting warmer. I'm looking for something along those lines only. You have? Many very close to what I'm looking for. It's related to what answer I'm trying to get. It's very close to that. அதே மாதிரி ஒரு பொய் எந்த செக்ஷன்ல நீங்க இந்த பொய் சொல்வீங்க Oh, no, I'm not asking for the sites that you're lying on. I'm just asking under what context you'll be like agreeing to all of this or making these claims. Disney Hotstar, sure. Yeah. Disney Hotstar, sure. Netflix, right. But all of this comes under terms and conditions, correct? I have read and I agree. அதுதான் அங்க போய் ரைட்டா So there's a site that I want to show you all. See, the thing is none of us can be without using any of these sites, applications, whatever, correct? Is this connected? Okay, fine. Right? All of us are committed to this lie more than anything else. Right? So there is this, have you heard of this term called TLDR? Too long didn't read? There's a version for all these terms and conditions that you can very quickly refer. Okay, it's called TOSDR. Terms of Service Didn't Read. Because none of us read it. So I'm going to take you to that site. please, you can also like search for it right now and like even have it saved. It's a very useful site to have. Regardless. So this is a non-profit organization where people from all over the world sit and review what we can't do. They will sit and review detailed all the terms and conditions document of various applications that we use. Don't search for very localized pertaining to Chennai, India kind of sites. But how many of you here use Amazon? Very good. How many of you here use Google? No surprises there. How many of you here use all of Meta's products? Be it Instagram, Facebook. I don't think anybody uses Facebook anymore. Even I don't use Facebook. Right? Yeah, I think it's for the old folks. No, I don't. No, I think they're all very chill teachers here. They're using the phones and all. Nobody uses Facebook anymore. At least I don't. It's only meant for the... okay, my bad. It is a different generation altogether that uses Facebook. Okay, what about Snapchat? I think that's like the most used. I think you're like too young for Snapchat, but way too young for Facebook. Okay, what are the WhatsApp? Is that how you all stay in touch, or is it Telegram or some other? Sorry? WhatsApp. Yeah, WhatsApp, right? Yeah. So do you see how this site works? They give you grades based on how user-friendly that specific site is. When I say user-friendly, not just ease of use, but also with respect to how well it protects your rights. How many of you here have a private account on Instagram? The rest of you all have public accounts. Yeah? Don't have at all. You must have Finsta then, if you're not Insta, no? So looking at all of these grades, why don't you first guess what grades these sites that you use will have? What do you think Amazon's grade will be? What do you think YouTube's grade will be? What do you think Snapchat's grade will be? Instagram? Oh, somebody was like C. Who was that optimistic soul? Nice. B. Wow. Let's scroll up and check, no? What are these grades that you see here? Oh, now they've added OpenAI. They are vetting OpenAI's terms of conditions. Nice. Good. I'm sure it'll land up in grade E anyway. Shall we just go into, pick any site that you want to review? Shall we? We'll have time for just one, but you can go through the rest in your own time. Which one do you want to go? We can also search. You want to do Instagram? Wikipedia will have a slightly better grading, I think. You can search and say. No, I said no. First thing that I said was don't search for very localized sites pertaining to India or Chennai, because nobody across the globe is going to sit and vet our CBSE website. This is largely for the global brands that have like billions of users. Instagram having E-grade, is anyone surprised? But are we going to stop using it? Also no. But you should be aware that you're losing out on so many of your fundamental rights by signing that I agree to these terms and conditions. Okay? They store your data even if you don't interact with the service. So the moment you install the app, even without creating an account, automatically they're getting all the details about you through your device that you're installing them on. Your identity is used in ads that are shown to others. Even if you have a Finsta or a super private account, there is nothing called private when it comes to Instagram. Your account might remain private from your nosy relatives or your parents, but not from Instagram itself. Do you understand the distinction? Private is for you don't want தெரியாத சித்தி யாராவது வந்து ஸ்டேட்டஸ் பார்த்து அம்மா கிட்ட போட்டு கொடுத்துவாங்க அவங்க கிட்டேந்து you are safe, but not from Instagram itself. Right? This service can read your private messages. This is a very recent update that Instagram brought, which means that there is not just they can see your messages, but also sell it to third parties if they want. Whatever data they're able to accumulate from your messages, they will be able to sell it to third parties for marketing purposes. And The internet, please remember, the internet never forgets or forgives. You might share something for a split second and delete it immediately. But once it's out there on the internet, it is out there forever. Nothing is ever really deleted. So you should be very mindful about what you're sharing online. And see, this service keeps user logs for an undefined period of time. And you don't even know where they're storing the logs. So all the session details, the cookies, what all searches you're doing, your location, your personally identifiable information, like your name, your phone number, email ID, your gender, whatever Instagram is collecting, it's for Instagram to use however it wishes to. Not just Instagram, the full Meta family is just as bad. WhatsApp might be slightly better grading, you can check, because it's got that end-to-end encryption. Have you seen that end-to-end encryption? What does it mean? Yeah. So basically the communication is more secure. They can't like snoop into your conversations like Facebook and Instagram do. Right? There is one more thing that I wanted to share. Wait. Yeah, see, they may collect your location data. They track you on other websites. So you'll constantly see ads. Like, நீங்க ஏதாவது கூகுள்ல பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும் and அதே ப்ராடக்ட் இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல வர மாதிரி இருக்கும், அதே ப்ராடக்ட் திரும்பி கூகுள்ல பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும், all of that, right? Everything. So these are all called your, like, you know the term carbon footprint? What is a carbon footprint? So basically the amount of consumption of energy and power that you leave behind, right? Similarly, all your cookies, you've seen, no? Accept cookies. Whenever you're going into a website, you've seen those cookies. All of those are like crumbs. Those are called your digital footprint. Based on your digital footprint alone, so much of your data can be exploited by all of these applications that you use. See, Instagram shares information with many third parties. Your personal information can be used for marketing purposes. And this class action, have you heard of this term called class action? What is a class action? Sorry? Exactly. So even if 1 million users, or say even 1 billion users all over the world have the same issue with Instagram, you can't file a case against them. So your fundamental constitutional right of seeking redressal, that's one of the constitutional rights that's been entitled to you, right? You are waiving that and giving it off to Meta. You can't file a case against them. No, absolutely not. Definitely not. Only the government, max to max, only the government can put pressure on them to do something. None of us can. You're asking if the government, how the government is allowing something like this? So this is an American product, right? America and data protection don't go hand in hand. The government can exploit these organizations for a lot more data. And these guys have to comply. European products, however, are lots better. Even if the government demands you to disclose logs, they are not supposed to. So, but unfortunately, most of these products that we use in our day-to-day are by corrupt billionaires in America. Unfortunately. Right? So, yeah, I don't want to spend more time on this, but you get it. Yeah. No, it's gotten worse, if not anything else, especially with AI influence. So as I said, right, the intent with which the government is holding Mark Zuckerberg accountable is not for the benefit of the end user. It's for the benefit of the government. So what will happen then? That is something that you can toggle around and find. Usually dark web sites, like say using like via Tor or using this site, this browser called DuckDuckGo that you normally use on the dark web, that'll have a slightly better grading, maybe B or C. That's slightly safer. So you don't have to create an account to access information. So it doesn't store any of your personal details. So your anonymity and privacy is better guaranteed, while not completely guaranteed. I think there is this search engine called Startpage. So the problem is there's something called indexing. Google indexes billions of sites, which means lots more data to be collected. However, the reason why Startpage has an A grade is because it doesn't have as many sites indexed. So Google உங்களுக்கு 100 பக்கத்துக்கு ரிசல்ட் கிடைக்கும்னா ஸ்டார்ட் பேஜ்ல 5 பக்கத்துக்கு தான் கிடைக்கும். And you don't know how good the information quality will be unless you sit and research. So it's a trade-off that you have to decide. Privacy versus quality of information. What is more important to you? It's a trade-off. Okay, so keep this site in mind. And every single time you decide to sign up for a new application, think if you really need it and then take a call. At least know what you're signing up for. Right? So I want to also cover password management. 1 second. Let me just go back to the presentation. So all of you have good passwords, good strong passwords for your accounts? Monday ivlo strong ah adude enakku ipodan doubt varudhu. What is your definition of a good strong password? Special character ah. How long? 17 characters long. Your password is 17 characters? Oh, 26. What A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P? Actual 26. Okay. So your password is your first line of defense, which means at any given point of time, you're not supposed to share it with anyone, right? No matter how tempting it is, don't do it. Don't share your account details and password details with anyone. Okay, so wait, let me ask you to guess. Okay. Sorry, too many tabs open. So in the confidentiality, integrity, availability triad, the CIA triad, there was a concept called authentication, right? So authentication is basically trying to ensure that you are who you say you are. One such way is a password. How else do you think you can establish your identity? It can be something that you know, like your username, password, PIN. It can be something that you have. Like I think the boy in the red t-shirt was trying to get that done with Vijay Lakshmi ma'am's phone. It'll be like, you'll get a code, it has to match on her phone. Yes, it's me, I love, that kind of a thing, right? Something that you have. It could be a device, it could be a security key, whatever. And something that you are, which is essentially your biometrics, like your fingerprinting, face recognition, retinal scan. But now there's a latest addition, a new body part that is being explored to have like a very unique print of its own. Yeah, tongue. Nice. So that's also being explored. I don't know how aesthetic it's going to look, but that is there. So how many of you are very sure that you have strong passwords? Strong passwords. Check பண்ணிடலாமா? ஆனா எனக்கு அப்படியே உண்மையா ஸ்கிரீனை காட்டணும் எவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ராங்னு. ஓகேவா? I'm not going to see your passwords. Don't worry. I'm just going to see your password strength. Okay. So there is this site that I would like for you all to go into, and this is a very safe site for you all to try. It's not going to store any of your data, so you don't have to worry about all of that. Okay, so let me just... It's called How Strong Is My Password? Very literally, okay? And it's by security.org. Don't click on any other link. You'll find many other similar links, but this is the only link that I want you to check. How secure is my password? It's not going to save any of your data. This is a very safe site to try. Whatever site I'm sharing with you, it's safe to try. Okay, you can rest assured about that. Anything else that you venture into, I'm not responsible. Now come on, type your actual passwords and see the strength. Anything less than 1 billion years, I will not accept. Very good. ஆமா எனக்கு அப்படிதான். எவ்வளோ ஜீரோனே தெரியக்கூடாது. அந்த மில்லியன், ட்ரில்லியன், குவாட்ரில்லியன், செப்டிலியன், ஹெக்ஸிலியன். Who is that? Oh my God. Ugh. So the thing is, one thing that you need to understand is you might have your oh, everybody's interested. Yeah. What is your oh, good. Question everything. Very good. Valid. There's only one way to know. At your own risk then. No, but this is by this organization called Security Org. It's not by me. Be suspicious. I'm very happy with that. Question everything. I'm not mad about that at all. But if you want to know, there's only one way to know. Safely. So what we usually say is, instead of having a password, have a passphrase. Passwords are very dated, very easy to guess. If you open GitHub and just search for rainbow table attack or just like a password repository or a dictionary, this is my password. Yeah, excellent. Oh, have I been pawned? Oh, okay. I'll show that also next. Who was the 200 nanoseconds? I want to know what your password is, but I can't like ask you for your password. Is this so bad? Oh God, I hope not. What is this? You've written one whole essay. It's good. Whatever. If you can remember it, well and good. Let it be your favorite song, a lyric from your favorite song, along with your few numbers, characters, easy to remember. Your favorite actor's movie. Yeah? But if you have anything less than, yeah. Sorry. You're asking, is that safe? Absolutely not. Because Google is saving those passwords for free. So, if there is a breach on one of those sites, Google will not take the responsibility. Google is like, you only asked me to save. It's not my problem. As long, Google or otherwise, as long there's a paid password manager, it's good. I don't understand. Okay. Yeah. It is. Yeah. But it is? Yeah, storing your passwords, asking Google to remember your passwords for free is dangerous. By the way, if anyone has 200 nanoseconds or even a couple of minutes or a couple of years, all of that, please go and change your one day. No, that's still bad. Good. As I said, a phrase is always better than a word. Mine is also a phrase from one of my favorite songs. You know? Okay, next site. Somebody mentioned this site, so I'm going to be showing this also. Have I been pawned? It's basically a site that shows you where your data has been breached. Data. So it'll show you what all data points of yours have been breached also. So how many of you here indulge in some online shopping and all of that? Where? We'll mention where. Scroll down and check. It'll tell you where it's been breached and what all data points have been breached. Huh? What? Yeah. If it's been breached. It's called Have I Been Pawned? I think if you are a gamer, you will know what it is. Instead of owned, there's a P, pawned. Especially use the email ID that you use for social media and shopping online. Try out that ID and see if there are any breaches. You're not able to find the details? Let me show you. 0 data breaches. Awesome. Look at mine. Who's got more than 14? Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. If you scroll down, you'll be able to find. I don't think anybody will have more than 14 breaches. I think I'm the winner there. Yeah. So listen. In my defense, I've been using this email ID since I was in 8th standard. Okay, that's my excuse. I use it to handle all of these sessions to show you how bad things can be. This is not my actual ID. 20 breaches. Oh, please go help your father out today. No, nothing like that. If there's an actual breach, only it will show up. If I put my work ID, nothing will come up. What? It depends on the sites. The sites that you use. Dominoes. How many of you here use Dominoes? See, the thing is also the timeline of the breach, right? If you have created a Domino's account post 2021, probably it's not going to show up here even if you have an account on Domino's because the breach happened in 2021. Yeah. With what? No. VPN will ensure that you can browse safely and your identity is protected. But how? You have no control over third parties' database handling, no? Three VPNs, it seems. What's the point? Exactly. Yeah. And free VPNs also don't work. You have to pay for them. Yeah. It's quite accurate, yes. Sorry? Yeah. Only after it's been established or some sort of a sale has happened on the dark web and they're realizing that the breach has happened, only then will it probably show up here. And only if your data has also been leaked. No. It'll take some time. Forensics will take some time. A couple of months later only you will realize. Yeah. Okay. You're using 2 email IDs. Yeah, they will. Yeah. No. So it's not about Google side of breach. It's my account on these sites. I've used my Gmail ID to create an ID on Big Basket, Domino's. So the breach is from Domino's Big Basket side. So unless and until someone thinks, oh, இவங்க இதே ஐடி பாஸ்வேர்டை வேற எதுக்காவது யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கலாம்னு தெரிஞ்சு மேனுவலா ட்ரை பண்ணா something can happen. Otherwise, this is a third party breach. It's not because of Google. Google will never take accountability also. But which is why you should be very careful whenever you see the option, sign in via Google, sign in via, if you see that, or iCloud or whatever option that you get, sign in via Apple, it's better that you don't use that option and manually type your details. And wherever possible, use your guest login. Using one-time OTP, single-use login is better. Excellent question. So, listen, everybody listen. So, what's your name? Rakesh? Grakesh. Wow, nice. I thought I had a very interesting name. Nice. So, Grakesh had a question. So, inga breach ஆச்சுன்னு தெரிஞ்சா அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்றது? ஒண்ணும் பண்ண முடியாதா? போனது தான் பரவாயில்லன்னு விட்டுருவீங்களா? No. So, what you should do is, if you're still using the same applications, then go and change your username, password. You know which email ID is associated with that account. Go update your username and password. Okay. And if you don't have use for the account, delete it. Log in, delete all your data and delete the account also. Yeah. Yeah, paid. The moment it is paid, it's all sorted. Your security is far better. Your privacy is far better protected. So only all of these free services, they don't legally owe you anything because you are the product. Yeah. Okay. So these days, even an antivirus software is not enough. Yeah. It has to be, you have to have an antivirus software that also ensures it's anti ransomware, anti spyware, and firewall. Windows Defender alone, it's not sufficient anymore. Yeah, better. It has to ensure that it's doing both antivirus, anti spyware, malware, whatever, as well as firewall. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I don't understand. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where are you getting alerted that there's a data leak somewhere? Do you know where it is? So if you're able to get the details of that, you can go and take control. Yeah, change the username, password. So these are just like very well known, well documented breaches. So it's not all encompassing. Yeah. Apple has a feature called hide your email. Okay. Quite effective. That's why generally, I mean, we are all quite a few Apple addicts here. We generally prefer Apple to Windows. Yeah, yes. How, how do you enter the dark web? Is this the question? How do you enter the? It's actually fairly simple, but you can anybody can enter the dark web, but to ensure that you don't get arrested while entering the dark web is where the challenge is. Good, good. Research, nice. Okay, anyway, I think we are running. Yeah, we are running out of time. One last thing that I want to show you. I mean, there are a couple more things, but I'll stop with one last tool. Because everything is AI. How many of you are very AI dependent here? Chat GPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude. What else? Are you asking me for what purpose? Perplexity. Kind of biased as I'm into academics and research. I feel like Perplexity gives me better sources. So, okay, I'm going to take you to another site. You might have come across this. Oh. Net, is it gone? Okay, but meanwhile, you can just go into this site. They see your photos. Why don't you check that out? iPhone? iPhone. You can go into this site, they see your photos. So, listen, what this site does is it tells you how much Google has profiled you. Profiling, do any of you know what the word profiling means? Profiling is basically collecting all data points about you in order to make a conclusion about you. Like Rakesh is this sort of a person. Okay, Professor MRC is this sort of a person. So based on this inputs, what does Google do? Huh? Sells your information. No, yeah, but not directly. But it targets you with specific ads that you might be interested in, right? Using third parties and all of that. So are you able to go into this site? This is again a safe site. It's not going to store your images or anything. But yes, you can be suspicious. It's fine. If you want, you can try. Otherwise, no. So let me just. Also, one thing that I want you all to do is every 6 months, Google yourself. Okay. So I'm just going to download my LinkedIn picture. I'm just going to use this. Okay, I can't. Just trying to get a picture of mine. Wait. How do I? Okay. Is it? It's fine. I'll just use this. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn display picture that's being analyzed. Are you all getting interesting insights about yourself? No? So I will tell you something. How many of you have like at least 50% accurate data about yourself coming up? At least 50%? So try. Huh? Girlfriend or boyfriend? What? Oh. Okay, come on. We have to wrap up this session. So quickly. Haha. I have to see. It depends on the picture that I upload also usually. BJP supporter in Katida. You're a gambler. I mean, Google thinks you're a gambler. It's not saying that you're a gambler, but Google thinks you're a gambler. Okay. Quick thing, how to interpret all of this, right? So you can go to the data section and you can see. Google thinks I'm younger than I already am. So that is very flattering. What age is it showing? Is that accurate? Age is not accurate. Okay. What about the race? What? Yeah, it's me. Then the Kannadi bota recognize panna mudliya. What? That's me. So listen, how many of you, what percentage of accuracy would you say it is? 0. Good. If it's not as accurate, it means Google doesn't have that much data about you. It's good. 100% accurate. 0% accurate is good. I would be very worried if at this age Google was profiling you very well. You can also search for your parents' pictures, see if they have a worse profile than you do or not. Okay, let us see. Do you see this targeted ad section? I want you to check the targeted ad section and see how many of those products you would be interested in. Talcum powder. Is it not a product? Google, Cadbury Dairy Milk. Why not? Do you like dairy milk? Yeah, fair enough. Look at that. It thinks I love Dyson Airwrap, Tanishq Gold Jewelry, Starbucks Coffee, Zara Apparel, biometric wellness trackers, all high-end stuff. Wow. Google thinks I'm a very fancy person, basically. What about you all? Probably he's interested in it. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, everyone, we are going to wrap up the session. Just keep this in mind. This is just a very interesting tool for you all. Okay, listen. Yeah. I don't understand. What? Guys, please. Someone has a question, please. I'm not able to hear you. Yeah. As I said, if you have use for those same accounts, update your username, password. If you don't use it, delete it. Delete your data and your account. You're talking about this site. How Google is profiling you. Okay. Nothing. You can ensure that it doesn't happen again. What's happened has happened. Can't do anything about it. அதுக்கு தான் இந்த multi-factor authentication, two-factor authentication, never saving your passwords online, எல்லாமே. Hari, by the way, you can distribute the A to Z sheets. அந்த sheets கொடுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிடுங்க. Yeah, so I'm giving you all a handout called A to Z of cyber security. You can have that handy and refer it. Yeah. Exactly. Definitely, yes. It's Google's way of saying, basically, I am protecting you. So whatever happens to you is because of someone else and not me. Okay, so this is the A to Z of cyber security. Okay, literally A to Z of cyber security. You can have this handy and refer this. It's just a couple of best practices to follow. Yeah. Apps like camera that come inbuilt. Yeah. You might want to disable your location settings while taking pictures because there's something called a metadata associated with your images. So நீங்க எங்க எப்போ எடுத்தீங்க எல்லா டீடைலும் வேற யாருக்காவது போகாம இருக்கு. Okay, so yeah, with that I would like to conclude this session. Hope it was useful for you all. Have this handy, take pictures, save it, plaster it across your walls.
Yeah, I hope it was an interesting session for all of you. Some learnings. This A to Z is a very useful one. Normally we do this as a 3-hour session for schools, and in fact, for Bharati Vidyalaya, we've done it as a 5-day course for 11th and 12th standard girls and boys. Girls only, no? Boys also, okay. So it's a very interesting session. Please remember to internalize the A to Z for you. You will be relatively safe. I'm not saying you will be 100% safe, but at least you will not fall prey or a victim to many of the frauds which is happening today. Okay? Hey, give one to ma'am. Shrutima. Give it to her. So, guys, students, please listen. Hold on. Hello. Excuse me. The back row, please listen. I know you have been through a long journey as part of the RSIC. And we just wanted to have this lighter session for you. But it's really concerning us as I deal with multiple law enforcement. The guys like you, the adolescent age, are falling as a victim to many of the cyber threats. And because you have that curiosity, inquisitiveness, this is part of the, your age. The adrenaline, what flows there, makes you try and do many things which you should be careful about. That is what we have put as A to Z for you. Okay. So please be careful. And as I said in the beginning, it is not a whole session of what is cyber security, how to protect yourself from various kinds of attack. But she just showed you some glimpse of easily available tools, which anybody targeting you can have an access to. They see your photos. The glass which I showed you, all of them are real. Please understand. As I told you, I have been a hacker myself. Like, for yesterday, almost 2 hours I was in the dark web to investigate about this American company. Because their website says we are the most secured company. They do 90 billion transactions on the cards every year. 90 billion. So I was very surprised. There was no news about that company in the open space. So that probed me to go into the dark web. And I could see still, even today, it is available. 34 million card information is available for sale at 20 rupees, Indian rupees, 10 cents. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They would have. But their brand is important for them, no? See, you spend $200 on his card. He complained, they'll give him $200. He'll keep quiet. Am I right? If he doesn't get the $200 which he lost, he will make a halabulla. He will put a Facebook posting, somebody stole my card. Take $200 from him. That's what you're saying. Okay, so they make it managed, but it is available for sale. Even State Bank of India, 10 million cards are available for sale. India. Okay. RBI is a regulatory body, no? They don't own any cards. They don't transact any money. The banks do. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for your patient listening. I hope you all learned something useful in this 1 hour or 1 hour, 10 minutes we have taken extra. The idea was to give you a glimpse of it. Maybe, hopefully, we'll have a longer session for you with support of ma'am and Mangal Sundar sir to educate you, because you are the future netizens and future citizens of this country, which is facing a huge problem, huge threat from all the sides. Okay. So you have to be careful about yourself, your life, your peace of mind is important. So stay safe, take care of yourself, your family, share this with your friends as well as your parents and relatives. Okay, so they also remain safe and stay as a good netizen. Do not do any bad things. Hacking is bad, but if you are taking it as a profession, it is a different thing. Okay, so take care of yourself, your family, friends, colleagues, as well as the India as a country. Jai Hind.
On behalf of the entire RSIC community, I would like to thank sir and ma'am for their thoughtful, insightful, and interactive session on cybersecurity. Now, in the past few years, it has been a very hot topic, and we've had a lot of people talking about it. But seeing such experts in the field come and talk to us students in a level that we can understand and in interactive and fun way that everybody was able to enjoy, it was really a great experience for us. So thank you, sir and ma'am, for once again coming here and giving us this wonderful lecture.